Here is the strange thing. Ancient humans survived places where a modern person could die in a single night. No central heating, no insulated walls, no winter jackets, no sleeping bags, and sometimes not even a cave. Just open land, freezing wind, and a body losing heat every minute. So the easy answer is they used fire. But that answer is too simple because fire could go out, wood could be wet, the wind could steal the heat, and one dying flame could turn an entire camp into a death trap. So how did they really stay warm? How did humans, one of the weakest animals in the cold, survive freezing nights for thousands of years before warmth became something you could switch on? To understand this, we have to stop imagining cold as something annoying for ancient humans. Cold was not just a feeling, it was a slow attack on the body. First, your skin tightens, then your hands stop working properly. Your feet become heavy, your muscles grow weaker, and your mind starts to slow down. That was the terrifying part. Cold did not need to bite you. It did not need to chase you. It simply made you less able to save yourself, and at night. The danger became worse because humans had to sleep. They could not walk forever. They could not hunt forever. They could not keep moving until sunrise. At some point, the group had to stop. They had to choose a place, protect the children, guard the fire, keep the wind away, and hope that morning would come. But this created the first problem. Warmth was not just something they needed to make. It was something they needed to keep. And that is why fire became the center of everything. Fire gave ancient humans a small circle of warmth inside a cold and dangerous world. Around the fire, the air changed. Frozen, fingers could move again. Wet skin could begin to dry. Children could sleep closer to safety, and the darkness was pushed back. But fire was not only heat. It was light, it was protection, it was cooked food, it was the place where the group gathered. After a long day of surviving, in a world without walls, the fire became the center of the camp. People sat around it, watched it, fed it, protected it. Because losing fire could mean losing the night. But here is the twist. Fire solved one problem and created another. It gave heat, but only if humans could protect it. A strong wind could weaken it, rain could kill it, wet wood could refuse to burn. And if the group ran out of fuel, the warmth slowly disappeared. Imagine that moment, the flames getting smaller, the red coals fading, the cold moving closer, inch by inch. That is why ancient humans could not simply make a fire and relax. They had to manage it. They had to guard it. They had to keep it alive, like another member of the group. But even a strong fire had a weakness. Heat escapes, a flame in the open wind can warm your hands for a moment, but it cannot protect your whole body through a freezing night. So, humans learned the next part of the system. They did not only need fire, they needed an inside. A shelter did not have to look like a house. It did not need doors, windows, rooms, or a perfect roof. It only had to do a few things well. Block the wind, keep the ground drier, protect the fire, and hold warmth in one place. Sometimes that meant a cave, sometimes a rock overhang, sometimes branches leaned together against the wind, sometimes animal hides stretched across a simple frame to us. These places might look rough, primitive, almost empty, but in the cold, even a small barrier mattered. Because wind is not harmless. Wind steals heat from the skin. It turns a weak fire into smoke. It pushes cold air through every gap, and it can make the same night feel far more deadly. So shelter was not about comfort. It was about control. It turned a wide open landscape into a smaller world, a world where fire could survive, where children could sleep, where exhausted bodies could stop moving without immediately losing warmth. But then came another problem. Shelter stayed in one place, and ancient humans could not. They had to move to find food, to follow animals, to gather wood, to search for water, to survive. So if warmth only existed near the fire or inside the shelter, then every step outside became dangerous again. That is why clothing changed everything. At first, clothing was not fashion, it was not decoration, it was not identity, it was survival. Animal skins, fur, and hides became a kind of portable shelter, something the body could carry into the cold. A thick hide could block the wind. Fur could trap warm air near the skin. Wrapped layers could protect the chest, the shoulders, the legs, and the feet, and over time, humans became better at it. They scraped hides, softened them, dried them, tied them, wrapped them, and eventually sewed pieces together. So clothing could fit closer to the body. That mattered because loose covering helps, but fitted clothing protects much better. It closes the gaps, it traps heat, it lets the body move without losing warmth every second. And this may be one reason humans could spread into colder places where a naked body would never survive for long. But even clothing had a limit. It could trap heat, but it could not create heat. For that, the body needed fuel, and fuel meant food. A hungry body gets cold faster. It becomes weaker, slower, less able to shiver, less able to move, less able to survive the night. So for ancient humans, food was not only about hunger, it was also about warmth. Cooked meat, animal fat, roots, seeds, anything that gave the body energy, helped the body fight the cold. But even food was not the final answer, because one human body is fragile. One person, alone in the cold, loses heat quickly, but a group can share it. They could sleep close, sit close, keep children near the center, keep older members near the fire, share hides, share food, share work, share the same small circle of warmth. And this is where the real answer appears. Ancient humans did not stay warm because they had one perfect invention. They stayed warm because warmth became a system. Fire gave heat, shelter protected it, clothing carried it, food created it inside the body. And the group shared it. Someone gathered wood, someone watched the flames, someone prepared hides, someone protected the young, someone noticed when another person was too cold to speak. They did not just gather around the fire, they gathered around each other. Today we think warmth comes from machines, a switch, a heater, a wall, a blanket. But for most of human history, warmth was not something people owned alone. It was something they created together. And maybe the first true heater was not fire. Maybe it was the group.